And you're a minister, you sit in Parliament.
That's right.
Can I vote electronically if I'm a minister in Finland?
Well, we have the Parliament elections coming in 2023. Unfortunately, I don't think yet, but I really believe that it's a future. But it has to be 101% confident, and of course, we're working on it. But definitely I see that's the future. And we also in Finland talk that should people less than 18 years old vote, because as you see in politics, you follow the European politics, the percentages aren't that good anymore. So we really have to get people on board. So definitely digitalization is one of the keys.
One of the many advantages that Saudi Arabia has is that a large percentage of the population is under the age of 30. That's not a truth in Europe.
No.
And does that slow Europe down? Do you worry about that?
The fact is, it does. If we look at Japan, if we look at Finland, other European countries and the demographics, we really have to raise the productivity. I think the productivity challenge is the very key for our economy in the public sector, but also in the private sector.
It is, you're right. Now, let's finish on an optimistic note. We're sitting here in 2022. You're wrestling with the challenges of the digital economy, and on any measure, Finland is a cutting-edge country in this area. What are the things you're most optimistic about? When you look forward, what are the things that make you feel most positive about the future of humanity and how the digital economy contributes to that?
Young people, the ambitiousness, the talentness, and also the willingness of really doing things differently. But there is a great responsibility, what we have as decision makers, to keep everybody on board, especially now after COVID time.
Yeah.
When young people, they didn't get their hobbies, their sports done, their school done. And once again, it's also a matter of trust, the digital trust that we can provide the services, whether they are physical or non-physical. But I really believe that we have to invest into young people now. And it goes back to the education, which is, as I explained earlier, the very core of the Finnish success story throughout our history, the last 104 years.
So system investment in education, energizing the next generation, paying attention to trust, those are all things you would share as lessons?
Exactly. System level approach. And that goes to the government level, that how we really implement, how we really get everybody on board, and how we create partnerships that create value.
And in Finland at the moment, as you look out across the world, obviously Europe matters to you, the European Community Framework matters to you, but when you look at countries like Saudi Arabia, and you see the ambition, the energy, the advancement, the pace of that advancement, what do you take home from here when you go back to Finland? What are you picking up in the discussions and in the debates and around LEAP and other places that maybe in Europe we should be paying more attention to?
Well, what I've heard today when I had bilateral meetings with my minister colleague, and I will have more meetings today and tomorrow, I really see that there is a great level of ambitiousness to provide digital services, and so much done already.
Yeah, there is.
And very ambitious vision. So what I hear from the companies from Finland, so many things going on that we are really now willing to enhance our bilateral relation. But I think all in all, for the world, it's so important that we develop together, because once was what I said earlier, technology neutrality. Let's let the best technologies to win, and let's also look at the social innovations. What I spoke about, the education side, social and healthcare, the data question, because we also have to look at the social side, because we have to take care of the people in Africa. We really have to take about the global thing. As the pandemic has taught us, no one is safe until everybody is safe. We really have to pay attention to the global challenges, which are more enormous than ever if we look at the human side and that development in the past.
Well, that's a great note to end on. Your Excellency, it's very kind of you to take time out to talk with us today. you represent a marvelous country that in this sector has really been a standout exemplar of how you can do the things you talk about, build trust, be innovative, and connect the public and the private. And it's very kind of you to share your thoughts. And if you could join me in thanking His Excellency for his time.
Lord Carter and Your Excellency, Ville Skinnari, many thanks again.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, in just a few moments' time, we'll be bringing you our next presentation at Leap 22, and that's from SAP. But before we get started, we can now bring you, I'm pleased to say, that short message from Omar bin Sultan Al Olama, the UAE Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence, Digital Economy and Remote Work Applications.